The media in Melbourne. Manny, first of all, welcome to Australia. Have you been surprised, or how have you taken the level of support from the people of Australia who love you as a fighter?
First, thank you for this great opportunity. It's nice to be here. Great to be here. I'm very surprised because of the warm welcome of the Australian people, especially the fans. I try to go in the park at Brisbane, and there's a lot of people. I think 2,500 people coming to the park and want to see me, and I'm very surprised with that.
And even when you arrived here in Melbourne just moments ago at the airport, lots of people there to greet you. It's a sign of just what people think of you, Manny, right around the world. You're the favourite boxer of just so many people from all walks of life.
Yes, I'm so thankful because of the support of the fans, not only in the Philippines but also here in Australia, especially in Melbourne.
Jeff, can I ask you, it must be a little bit daunting to be sitting at the same table as the great Manny Pacquiao. You have to push that out of your mind because in a couple of weeks' time you're going to have to try and beat him up.
Yeah, I'm a bit nervous and excited to fight him. I actually can't wait. It's a bit weird saying that I can't wait to fight him. I can't wait to fight someone.
And can I ask you, Dean, bringing this fight together, it's an amazing coup for Brisbane and for Australian boxing.
Look, it came about in a really strange way, and I was telling Jeff about the story today. I don't know if you guys know, but obviously about 6 months ago, Tyson Fury was stripped of the WBO World Heavyweight title. We run another fighter called Joseph Parker, who at the time was the #1 in the WBO. I was negotiating with Eddie Hearn for my boy Joe to fight Anthony Joshua for the world title. But as soon as Tyson Fury threw his belt in due to cocaine use, Eddie Hearn said, well, you can go away, son, I want to go and fight Vladimir Klitschko. Now that fight is on this weekend. It sold 90,000 tickets to Wembley Arena. It's a massive fight. So that sort of left us sitting out in the wings with no one to fight. So I rang Bob and said, look, we'd like to fight Andrew Ruiz, who was #3 and one of Bob's fighters for the WBO World title. Bob agreed. And the second we sat in front of Bob, we said, look, we've also got this amazing welterweight who can really fight. He'd be great for Manny Pacquiao. And Bob says, no. No way, you've got to work your way to Manny Pacquiao, beat Jesse Vargas, beat Timothy Bradley, you're a big chance. We said, sweet. Have a look at him down in New Zealand and see what you think. So Joe fought for the world title back in December. Bob came down and I put a phone call, I told Jeff Bob was coming. I said, Jeff, we're going to have 10,000 people at Victor Arena when Joe fights, but you don't care about any one of them. All you've got to do is fight for one person and show them what you can do. Jeff did exactly what he was asked, and I think in round 6 he knocked out a veteran called Ali Faneka in a spectacular knockout. And all of a sudden Bob was talking about this good-looking kid from Australia who can really fight with movie star looks, and here we are, no more than 4 or 5 months later, in what is going to be the single biggest boxing event this country's ever seen. People have talked about big crowds and what have you before. We've got a 55,000 seat venue. We went on sale for the first time today. To the open public, we've already sold 26,000 tickets to this boxing match, and it's pretty unprecedented demand. I think it's outstripped most boxing matches this country's ever seen in the past. So this is going to be something that's going to be very big. It's going to be iconic, and here's what I can tell you. Jeff Horn comes with a style. He stands up front and he fights hard and he goes forward. Manny Pacquiao, one of the greatest fights I've ever seen is against Miguel Cotto, where in the first 3 rounds Cotto was coming forward, and then in round 4 Cotto stopped, and then for the rest of the fight Cotto progressively got faster and faster. Till in round 10 he was running backwards and his face was really badly beaten up. So we are going to see what I think is going to be an unbelievably exciting fight. I think we're going to see an absolute Australian icon be born on July 2 in Jeff Horn, and he will do all Australians proud on that day. And if you go back to when Manny Pacquiao first came into the world scene really big, Bob tells a beautiful story about Oscar De La Hoya and how all the writers were saying Oscar De La Hoya fighting Manny Pacquiao, that's a joke, Pacquiao can't win. Well, Pacquiao won that fight, and I think this could be one of the greatest upsets in boxing. We've got one of the greatest legends taking on a young, hungry, up-and-coming lion, and to a lot of people, particularly down here in Melbourne, he's unknown, but I promise you after July 2, he's going to be a national and a household name here in Australia, and we can't wait to bring more fights here.
Dean, the man closest to me is a legend in world sport. What an introduction to boxing. He became great friends, lifelong friends with a man by the name of Muhammad Ali back in 1966. Since then he has promoted fights that have included the likes of George Foreman, Smokin' Joe Frazier, Larry Holmes, Marvellous Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas the Hitman Hearns, Floyd Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya and the great Manny Pacquiao.